This is on understanding attachment. Hey guys, it's Jared again. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about attachment. For those that have been to Movara, you've heard me lecture about attachment theory and attachment patterns, and I want to share a little bit more about that. So attachment, what is it? Well, attachment is our understanding of how we connect with people. And why is that important? Well, we actually live in a society where connection is not just a want, but it's a need. And a lot of this understanding that attachment is a need came from various studies. Some of them not so good, but they actually helped us understand quite a bit. So one's the monkey study. I've shared this with a lot of you. The monkey study is you have these little baby monkeys, and they get a choice between a metal monkey with milk and a furry monkey with no milk. And it's in the same cage, and they put the little baby monkey in, and the baby monkey knows which has what, and they see where the monkey goes. And the monkey always goes to the furry monkey, mama monkey with no milk, sometimes even to the point of death. And this confused scientists in a lot of ways. They're like, wow, what is stronger than the need to survive? Because that's what they always thought. Food is the number one need. But what they found is there's a higher need than even food. It's attachment. It's this need to be connected to someone. They also discovered that we have the same thing in humans. There's a lot of studies, but one of the common studies that gets brought up are these observational studies where children in Romania or Soviet Union and orphanages, they get food and shelter, but they wouldn't get touch. That would lead to kind of a failure to thrive type of situation, where some of them would pass away or they would develop severe disabilities. Had nothing to do with the lack of food or nutrition, it had merely to do with lack of attachment, that connection. So what we know is attachment connection is actually one of the most important things we as humans need, not just want, but need. And because of that, we develop different attachment patterns. Secure attachment is what's considered the healthy form of attachment. That means as a child or as an adult, as I get to know someone and someone gets close to me, I take an appropriate pace to that trust building process. So they might share a little bit, I might share a little bit, they share a little bit more, I might share a little bit more, and over time we develop this connection based on trust. That's secure, okay? Ambivalent is another form of attachment, and a lot of us have ambivalent attachment patterns. Ambivalence is this: if someone starts to get close to me, and I start to get close to them, I get to a point where it's too close for comfort. And I do one of two things. I either push them away, or I back up, withdraw. If I push them away, I'm more of what's called an anxious, ambivalent type of pattern. I get anxious, I get irritable. If there's an issue, I want to address it now, and I pursue it. I want to go after it immediately. Oftentimes that's too aggressive, it's too strong, and so that person receiving that backs away, and it creates that space. If I'm in the midst of a challenge or a stress and I feel the need to get away from it, then that's what we call more of an avoidant ambivalent attachment pattern. An avoidant ambivalent attachment pattern is when I feel a lot of angst, I need to get away from the situation. One thing that also creates distance. Now, if you have two people engaging with one another, especially couple relationships, oftentimes we are attracted to people that match our attachment pattern. The anxious ambivalent, the pursuing type, when I want to talk about something, I need to do it immediately, I might be irritable, I need to address it now. That type attracts the withdrawing type. The withdrawing type is, this is bothering me, I need to get away, I need to withdraw. The pursue-withdraw pattern, the circular pattern where you have person A pursuing and person B withdrawing, creates the perfect match. Because the pursuer always needs someone to pursue. The perfect person to pursue is a withdrawer. It helps them pursue. And a withdrawer always needs someone to help them withdraw. They need someone chasing them. So it creates that never-ending cycle. We oftentimes call ambivalent attachment pattern a comfortable distance. It's close enough to one another where you're not alone, but you're not truly connected. It's this comfortable distance. So what do you do with that? Well, what we're trying to do with an ambivalent attachment pattern, whether it's avoidant or anxious ambivalent, is we try to bring them more into that secure attachment. It's more into a healing, connecting type of approach. So instead of pushing away or withdrawing, the two come together and try to understand each other. They try to connect in a way that's not emotionally reactive. They try to connect in a way that where they can face their pains and fears in a way where they can seek to understand the other and allow the other to seek to understand them. Typically the pursuer you bring down. The anxiety comes down. Typically the withdrawer you bring up. One of the best ways to just start to figure out and kind of lean into attachment patterns and understand this, because it's kind of a complex type of thing, is just to be aware of your own patterns. If you can be aware that you're anxious ambivalent or avoidant ambivalent and know that, especially in the moment, then that's where you can start to make changes in the moment. It's easy to talk about, but if you can actually start to make changes in the moment, that's where it's going to start to change more to that secure style. There's some great resources on this. There's some great TED Talks. Brene Brown, B-R-E-N-E, Brown, Brene Brown has some great TED Talks on attachment and ways to be more vulnerable, more secure, more connecting, more healing. And so those might be some videos you may want to watch as well. But this is my goal, is to just have you be aware of your own attachment patterns, especially in the moment when things are going not so much the way you like it, and then see if you can make some shifts and changes. Thanks so much, my friends. Till next time.